It's a promise you made to me, and I want you to keep your promise.
I don't want to hear anymore. We're being attacked. We see them coming. We agree, right?
You will mobilize your people to dig trenches and protect yourselves.
By the time the machines arrive at your place to deepen the trenches and do it.
It's you who defend the communities, the villages.
If you get there, you tell them, get out. We're digging here. The enemy must not roll through here. We dig deep, we close it off, and we settle over there. Your own post's there. And at one point I had something worked out and I said, send it to you. Everyone has talked to you about it, the ministers, the BVDP, so that people build, for example, combat posts. Where the rain hasn't really started yet, make the bricks well, build the posts. I asked for images of the different posts in some villages. And I saw that some have done it with laziness as well. You can't have a post even if you've built all that down there. And there, your head is out. How are you fighting? Well, the image we sent shows there are loopholes. These are the holes through which you have to fight. And when we say to build posts, we don't mean to build just one or two. It needs to be done all around the village. Because combat isn't just about one position. Others are building 3 or 4 posts. That's good for the village. No! Get the villagers out, have them build. We provided some models. But tell me, just between us, you know, there are many unbuilt positions. No. What am I supposed to do? Do I have to come and build it myself in your place? But if I tell you that this thing was thought out in my office, and I got a young officer who made the 3D model, and we spread the word, and I told the different leaders to make sure it gets done. It's because even at every moment we're thinking of you. We're thinking of you. I'm saying there isn't a single incident, attack on the VDP post, or whatever. I'm not aware. There aren't any. Unfortunately, in some areas, people have refused to give themselves up. It's an understanding for our own lives. Who is going to pay you? After, we still shout that there are a minimum of things we should be able to do ourselves. I told you that most of you, like me, were born into a system, a caring system, where a lot is expected from others. But what are we doing ourselves for our country? That's it. That's the question we need to ask ourselves now. When I learned that, I was a bit disappointed. Protect yourself. You're asking them to pay you. He will have the money to pay you. Go out and dig. There are certain towns I followed where I told them to go out and dig. They didn't want to, they stayed, and some even went out. Walking under manipulation, he agrees you will dig. A week later, they dug. Today, these towns are more or less at peace. Anyway, either the enemy comes, he runs into the obstacle you've created, and then you have time to fight him there. If he comes to close in, you need to be there. Because if you dig, it doesn't mean you can sleep. It's about preventing him moving and reaching where he wants. And where he has to pass, you need to be there all the time. If he comes to force his way to redo your work, you need to take him down. But once you're caught off guard, you're no longer a man. To regain the upper hand, it's difficult. And when you see things like that, it hurts. Even if you have a collective weapon and your defense isn't strong, the enemy can roll right up to your position. That's not good. Even if you've built what you're told to build there, without putting up a front, you need to dig the trenches. If he wants to roll in fighting, he has to fall into it. Or he stops over there, he gets down to try to cross, and you have time to adjust your shots. Is that complicated? So there's work to be done. We can't be lazy. You need to mobilize the population. It's not just about you doing your job. All your people need to understand that you are choosing to sacrifice yourself for them. So when you tell them to get out of work, they need to get out. The other day, there was an attack. I followed everything and tried to find out what happened. People were surprised. No. When you have a collective weapon, the first thing is, you must not be caught off guard. You need to see the enemy and get ready to face him. Every time it was attack, attack, attack. I told the pilots to go film to show me. Did they build the posts? Did they dig? No, there wasn't much. There was nothing. So we will force you and you will force them.
Hello, good afternoon, viewers. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Eventually, Ben, we are seeing a situation where hunters are already seeking for hunting association to be made a law enforcement in Nigeria. They are telling Tinubu that you should sign a bill to make hunting a law enforcement agency in Nigeria. I understand that before you do that, you have to be out of National Assembly. But the question is, the police, the army, the DSS, the Navy, put together, they are the one that have the responsibility of managing security. It looks as if all security architecture have failed. Hence, hunters are already advocating that they should have a space, a role to play in the security management. What is your take?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good day wherever you're watching us from. The hunters are now asking the federal government approval and recognition all over the federation. That is good. I am not against that. It is a normal thing, and it's something that should be given such a point. But my fear is, what exactly are they standing to hunt for? Are they
for bandits?
Excuse me. Are they hunting for human beings based on what is going on in Nigeria today, or are they hunting those that intend to hunt them, or are they hunters for animal? That is the area I want to be sure, and that is the area I want to speak about. I want to talk about.
Okay, the question is, they want to help address insecurity, particularly the area of banditry. They want to fight bandits.
If they are standing, they want to stand in order to support and to help and to contribute to sanitize our country. It is good. I welcome it.
I would say police do not have the competence, the capacity to do that.
Baba, Nigerian police, Nigerian army, navy, and the rest, if they have the ability or the capacity of safety of Nigerians, Nigeria will not be devastated the way it is right now in terms of security. All over Nigeria now, you and I know vividly well that there is no security at all. Look at what happened in Benue, and it's still happening. Plateau State, and it's still going on. And now, do you know, for your information, in case you don't forget, you don't know, do you know that they are now threatening, they are parading in Kogi State? They have entered Kogi now. So if these hunters who are now coming out asking for permission and for federal recognition for them to support, it is something that federal government doesn't supposed to look twice or to begin to put under consideration. They should be approved if the aim was to sanitize this nation, because the banditry is too much, the killing is too much, the insecurity is too much, the kidnapping and whatsoever. You can see, my brother, and I will tell you this, my brother, there that are hunters, they live more and they dwell more in the bush. They understand the bush's language, bush's movement better than you and I. Even better than the Nigerian military. Even better than Nigerian police. Nigerian police, they are staying in the house, living under a very big roof. If you go to the office now, you see fan. But when you see hunters, those ones, they don't have fan, they don't have roof, they don't have any shelter. The only shelter you can see is the normal hut in the bush, which they use bamboo to build, which breeze can even fall and collapse at any time. So they understand the bush's language than the Nigerian uniform men.
Because as we speak, we already see a new terror group talking about Mahmuda, aka the Malang group.
The Malang group
in the north central part of Nigeria. And the president have given the security agencies a marching order to end insecurity. And
yeah,
you can see here killings in different places.
Yes.
And now, the authorities of DSS have said it before now, that there is need for community policing to make the communities first line of defense in the case of any invasion. Currently, hunters are coming forward to present themselves as alternative. Is Nigeria a face it?
If you ask me, starting from that bandit, Mahmouda, from the Fulanis,
AKA Malam Group.
AKA Malam Group. I saw it, and these are the people that issue pit notice to all the, what is it called? This state now, Kwara State. They are the people that give them pit notice. Is that also? Is it not the terrorist group? Yes. And I saw the Nigerian military too, vowing that they are going to crash them down. Do you understand? So I am waiting to see the movie. I'm waiting to see the action. And the vigilante, the hunters too coming as a kind of to add their contribution. It means that the hunters are not happy over what is going on, and they are giving concern. So they themselves want to, give the federal government, to help and to support, to contribute their own. It is something that is very, very necessary and important to the society, because safety is number one thing.
But does it go to show that the police is not competent or doesn't have the capacity to police?
But they are not.
And protect life?
Yes, they don't. Nigerian police doesn't have it. Now, let me tell you, I don't know if you see the video. There is a video of somebody in Benue, a Fulani ranting, boasting in the front of the Nigerian police that they are still going to kill more as a result of, say that we are coming. I don't know, only God knows where they are coming from. That they say they want to pass through Benue to cross to Taraba. Say that their cow was killed by Benue people. That is why they are killing, buying people in Benue in replacement of their cow, which were then buy. I don't know whether you see that video. If you watch it in the presence of a policeman, this person said it scot-free. This person said it was not harassed, was not disturbed, and was not even arrested. Can't you see that Nigerian police has failed? The Nigerian military has failed. The security in Nigeria, the security personnel are not even secured again. You and I can vividly see. Do you know how many generals that have been fired in Nigeria by Boko Haram, by all these terrorism? So the security personnel are not safe. So they need a support from the citizen, and that support is what Nigerian hunters, are coming to help them, at least to fish out or to fix themselves in that area that Nigerian police are weak or they are leaking. So they want to kind of cover up that space where they are lacking. So, and it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Okay, let us look at a video of Ibrahim Traore talking about the president of Burkina Faso, how he was detailing the best way of protection, the best way of community policing, the best way Nigerian situation could be handled to overcome the essence of Fulani Militias. Of course, this is somebody who is a military president, and I think the people have judged him as doing well in that country.
Then the issue is this: it's not being the president that matters, and it's not being democracy or military, but it's all about the person that is in power that matters. Look at the young man. Look at his own way of reasoning, his mentality. See his mindset, see the angle is going. If you watch the statement on the activities of that young man, you know that this young man have the people in the heart. Despite the fact that it's a military. Yes, you say military, you need democracy. Is Nigeria not in democracy? Is Nigeria moving well?
You talk about not allow your enemy to catch you off guard, that you must build trenches and that you must prevent the enemy from getting to you.
That is how it should be as a military man, and not just as a military man, but as a human who have the people at heart, who want the safety of the people, because that is the primary purpose of you being there, to safeguard the people and to safeguard the property. Life is more important. And that is exactly what, see, I know they have tried probably about 10 or 14 times to assassinate that young man. And I'm using this platform, this medium, this opportunity to tell all the Burkina Faso citizens, indigenous, to make sure that all hands is on the deck of the safety of their president. Because how old is Burkina Faso? The young man should be 36 or 7 or 38 years now. Add it to the years of Burkina Faso, you will know that Burkina Faso is not just a baby country. So they have grown to have a good leader that will lead them to that promised land. And let me tell you, if you don't give a child an opportunity, you will not be able to know the capability or the ability of that child. So let's allow that young man first to do what he wants to do. And as you can see, so far so good, he has done perfectly well. In terms of development, in terms of economy enrichment, in terms of making use of their resources very well for the benefit of the people. You understand? You can see in terms of in all aspects the young man is performing. He's giving the people what they want, and which I believe that African or every other African leaders, including Nigeria, should copy from that young man. Please, think of your people first. Stop doing things to please all these foreigners or Oyibo people. Yes, because these people never want your own development, but they are using what you have to develop their own country. Yes, they are using what is in Africa to develop their own country, but they don't want the same Africa to develop.
Okay, why do you think the West could be after him to assassinate him?
Why the West is after him to assassinate? Do you know why they want to assassinate him?
Why?
They don't want the development. They don't want Africa to rise. They don't want Africa to make it. They don't want Africa to succeed. They want Africa to remain in poverty, so that whenever Africa is in need, Africa will run to them for help. And they want to continue being the one dictating for Africa. Because the best way, I have said it before, that the best way to control a man is to stop that man from having an access to money. Whereby you don't have access to money, you will be dancing the music of the rich man who have the money to give you. You understand? Anything he tells you to do, you will do it in order to get money to solve your problem. That is what the Westerns are doing. They want to continue oppressing and suppressing Africa. They don't want Africa to stand, to rise, or to have their freedom and or their development. You see why they want to, stop Captain Traore Ibrahim. And you see why Mazen Lamekano still remain in detention. Because these two people, one is a Christian, one is a Muslim. But despite the religion differences, they have mental like mind. Are you getting it? In terms of reasoning, in terms of doing things, and the way of carrying it out. They have a very good vision. And that vision is what the Europeans doesn't want to see in Africa. They don't want Africa to rise. They don't want Africa to be developed one day. Look at the way. The other time Niger voted against the France. They went to Africa Coast to react with them. They kind of begin to bring some in order to bomb Niger. If you say you love somebody, you're supposed to do everything in your power to make sure that that person rise, that person stand, that person survive. That is a good person. A good person, no be person where can they dash you. You need the 200,000, can't dash you 100,000. Say me you go the hustle for 100,000. Baba, no. Show me the way to make it that 200,000. You don't give me fish. Show me how to catch that fish. Why is it that now we are seeing some a way, in order for us to rise and stop collecting fish, they are now trying to fight the man. And they don't want you to see that road. They don't love you. Baba, France no like us. Britain no like us. It is the high time we the blacks rise up and begin to love ourselves. All the African leaders should hear me. All the continent of Africa, it is the high time. You people should understand it. Come together. France should go. British should go. Africa, it is the high time you begin to rule yourself. Manage what you have in your own jurisdiction and use it judiciously.
Let me say a very big thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
This is Mr. Martin.